right, hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I got, this is a second attempt. I got about 15 seconds into the first one and then I realized I didn't have my microphone on. So that makes things a little bit hard, I think. Okay, so get back to where we were. Today is Thursday, April 2nd. It's 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 25 Celsius. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is PTSD ratings, classifications, and I'm going to use my decision, my PTSD decision rating for the 100% that they have on mine. So let me just read you some of this stuff. Might be easier, huh? If I read you my information to show you that I'm up in the up and up here. This decision was as of February 13th, 2020. It says, records reflect that you were a veteran of Vietnam era. You served in the Army from July 5th, 68 till June 28th, 71. You filed a claim for increased evaluation that was received on October 2nd, 2019. Based on a review of the evidence listed below, we have made the following decisions on your claim. Okay, number one. Elevation of post-traumatic stress disorder evaluation with major depressive disorder and panic disorder, which is currently 70% disability, is increased to 100% effective September 25th, 2019. Well, September 25th is my birthday, but that's not why this was, effective date was September 25th. Is because that was the date that I filed my paperwork, was September 25th. That's the date that they go back. So even if, so this one only took 3 months to go from 70% to 100%. But when I went from 30 to 70, it took about 8 months. But that was good because they went back 8 months and made it retroactive, so I got a large check, okay? So don't let that discourage you that it's taken so long, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, even a year. They will go back from the beginning of the dates that you filed and pay all of that back pay. So don't let that deter you, okay? Now it says basic eligibility to dependents educational assistance is established from September 25th, 2019. Entitlement to individual unemployment ability is mute. I put down that I'm unemployable. That's why I can't get a job, because of my PTSD. Well, they're saying that that argument is mute now because they made the decision based on all these other factors, not the unemployment part. So, as we read along here, this is, the evidence was VA Form 21-526EZ, fully deployed. It says fully developed claim, compensation, received on October 2nd, 2019. Second one is VA Form 21-0966, intent to file, received on September 25th, 2019. The third one is DBQ Psych PTSD review, received on November 20th, 2019, because I had to go again and be reevaluated again, because you have to see about 3 or 4 doctors as you go along the process. So don't let that discourage you, because that's just part of the system that you have to go through, and it's to your benefit, and it's to them to make accurate diagnosis of your problem. So always be truthful with the VA, always tell them exactly how you feel, exactly what you're going through, and it just makes things a lot easier for the VA and a lot easier for you. And then the third one is VA Form 21-0781, statement in support of claim for PTSD, received on October 2nd, 2019. All right, now we're getting into what's called reasons for the decision. 1, evaluation of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, with major depressive disorder and panic disorder, currently evaluated at 70% disability. The evaluation of post-traumatic stress disorder with major depressive disorder and panic disorder is increased to 100%. Disabiliting, D-I-S-A-B-L-I-N-G, Disabiliting Effects, September 25th, 2019. There again on my birthday, that's the date that I filed. The date we received your intent to file on Form 38-CFR 4.1, comma 38 CFR 3.400, and then 38 CFR 3.155. Okay. Then now it gets into everything that I'd listed or everything they evaluated with me that I was disabled. We have assigned a 100% evaluation for your post-traumatic stress disorder based on, number 1, suspiciousness, number 2, depressed mood, number 3, suicidal intent, IDEATION, intention. What does that mean? Let's look that word up. What is that word again? IDEATION. Definition. It's a structured, effective process, creative process of generating, developing, and communicating new ideas or concepts, often to solve specific problems or innovate. Ideation. So it says suicidal ideation, but I read the definition of ideation, and I don't know quite where they get suicidal out of that. Number 4, near continuous depression affecting the ability to function independently, appropriately, and effectively. Number 5, disturbances of motivation and mood. Number 6, mild memory loss. Number 7, impaired impulse control. Number 8, chronic sleep impairment. Number 9, difficulty in understanding complex commands. Number 10, total occupational and social impairment. Number 11, difficulty in adapting to stressful circumstances. Number 12, neglect of personal appearance and hygiene. Number 13, difficulty in adapting to work. Number 14, inability to establish and maintain effective relationships. 15, difficulty in adapting to a work-like settings. 16, anxiety. 17, difficulty in establishing and maintaining effective work and social relationships. And then the last one was panic attacks that I was susceptible to. The overall evaluation record shows that the severity of your disability most closely approximates the criteria for a 100% disability evaluation. This is the highest evaluation allowed under the law of post-traumatic stress disorder. There is no evidence of record that you are unable to manage your financial affairs. I don't see how that really has anything to do with this, but it does. Eligibility to dependents educational assistance under 38 U.S.C. Chapter 35. It says eligibility to dependents educational assistance is derived from a veteran who was discharged under other than dishonorable conditions and has a permanent and total service-connected disability, or a permanent and total disability was in existence at the time of death, or the veteran died as a result of a service-connected disability. Also, ability exists for a service person who died in service. Finally, eligibility can be derived from a service member who, as a member of the armed forces on active duty, has been listed for more than 90 days as missing in action, captured in line of duty by hostile force, or forcibly detained, or interned in line of duty by a foreign government or power. Okay? The next thing, it says basic eligibility to dependents educational assistance is granted as the evidence shows you currently have a total service-connected disability, permanent in nature. The effective date is the date we received your intended file. Okay, then the last thing it says is entitlement to individual unemployability. Entitlement to individual unemployability is mute because your service-connected disabilities are evaluated as 100% disabling and no potential entitlement to an earlier effective date for a total disability evaluation based on a grant of individual unemployability is warranted by the evidence of record. So that's everything, my friends, under my disability ratings from the VA. Okay. I would show you the front part, but it's got my Social Security number and stuff on it, so I can't do that. But this was, I got 100% based on February 13th of 2020. So a little over 6 years ago, I think. Okay. So that's what today's was about. So the reason that I did that was to show you guys where I'm coming from, or tell you where I'm coming from for total disability from the VA, and how I have to lead my life every day with different problems that I have. I still have nightmares. I still wake up in cold sweats. Still have panic attacks. Hygiene, I try to keep care of myself that way. I don't quite know where they got that from. So if you fit any of that criteria as a veteran, male or female, then get your butt down to the VA and file your claim. So what if it takes 6 months? You're still going to be alive 6 months from now. What if it takes a year and a half? You're still going to be alive a year and a half from now. Plus, like I said, if it takes you a year and a half now, even if you only get 30% to start with, they'll still go back a year and a half and pay you back your back pay. So get it done, get into the system, and get on with life. Additional income always helps, creates less stress in your life if you're retired, or if you have 2 jobs or 3 jobs. More income will always help. Doesn't cost you anything to file, and you get relief. So that's my story for today. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to go over anything else that you need or want me to address. This is for everybody's benefits. Things that are coming up. I want to get back to travel. I know I've been saying it and saying it and saying it. I'm going to have to start traveling without my grandson because he's in college. He's going to start working. He's not going to be able to get any time off, so I can't let that deter me from getting back to travel. I want to go back to Japan. I want to go back to Tokyo. I was there for a couple of weeks, but that's the largest city in the world population-wise, so I need to get back there and explore other parts. But I like Europe too, so I like Italy. So I'll have to get back and explore Italy. So I'll have to come up with some times to take these other trips that we're going to do and everything. So that was the discussion for today, was based on my PTSD, and I hope that helped somebody out. And if it did, please, 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 if you have any questions on this, put it in a comment below. Let me know how you're doing and everything. So once again, welcome to my channel. My name is David. If you have any complaints, suggestions, or anything, go ahead and put it down. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. And let's see what else we can do. Don't know when the next video is going to be. This is already Thursday, so might be Sunday, but Sunday's Easter. I'm going with my brother to his country club for Easter stuff, I guess. So maybe not Sunday. Today's Thursday. If I can think of something, might do Saturday with you guys. So that's all for right now, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Bye-bye.